So I have so many cookbooks. I'm always taking cookbooks at the library. I read cookbooks in my bed at night. I read cookbooks during the day while I'm feeding the baby. I'm absolutely obsessed with recipes. It's just such a passion of mine to read recipes, be inspired by new recipes, create recipes from recipes. I just love cooking. I love cookbooks. I love cozy cooking in this type of weather when it starts to get cooler. I just love using the slow cooker, I love the pressure cooker, and I love cooking cakes and lovely bakes and things. So I wanted to share with you my favourite cookbooks for this season. So my first favourite cookbook is the Vegetarian Slow Cooker Cookbook. I just love this because I love using my slow cooker. It saves me so much time, especially with the little one. I can put the meals on in the morning and things are ready by night time, and I don't have to worry about where supper's coming from. And I use this vegetarian cookbook for some of our vegetarian meal days. So that's a Monday, Wednesday and a Friday, and a Saturday as well actually, but sometimes we eat out on a Saturday. So because we have so many vegetarian meal days in the meal plan for the month, I like to use vegetarian cookbooks. So I have loads of vegetarian cookbooks on my bookshelf, and this is one of my favorites for this time of year because, as I say, I love slow cooking. I just love the slow cooker. So there are a variety of recipes in this book. It covers things like beyond broccoli, the best of beans, the greatest grains, broths and sauces, soups and stews, chili and curries, casseroles and layered dishes, straight up vegetables, breakfast, dips and snacks, breads and desserts. I will actually put a link in the description box for this book, so don't panic if you're not sure where to buy it. I'll put all the links down below because most of them I buy from Amazon. I just love shopping on Amazon for cookbooks. I also like independent bookstores as well, but Amazon is my go-to place for cookbooks at the moment. So my next favourite cookbook for this time of year is Rose Elliott's Vegetarian. It's literally like a vegetarian Bible to me. I love this cookbook. It basically covers everything. It's such a good cookbook to use on my vegetarian days. It's not for slow cooking, but you could adapt some of the recipes for slow cooking in here. Now, the things that are covered in this book, we have soups, first courses, snacks and drinks, sauces and relishes, salads and salad dressings. I tend to skip the salads at this time of year. I just can't do cold food. Side dishes, vegetables and nuts, pulses, pasta, grains and rice, flans and pies, cheese and eggs, puddings, bacon, bread and yeast cookery as well. So this is a really good cookbook. So if your child comes home from school one day and says, "Mom, I want to be a vegetarian," then this is definitely the book for you. It just covers everything and it's such an awesome cookbook. It's definitely one of my favorites, and this time of year I love all the cozy recipes in it. The stews, the sauces, the bakes and the breads, and I love all the comfort type foods in this book. It's a really good one, and it's got some really good pasta dishes in there as well. So my next favourite cookbook is the Allegra McEvidy's Big Table Busy Kitchen. I just love this cookbook. It is really, really good for this time of year. There are loads of hearty, comforting meals in this cookbook. It's a real family favourite, and it tends to come out for autumn and winter in our household. Some of the recipes that she covers are things like lasagna, chilies, curries, all sorts of stodgy, warming foods for this time of year. I just love it. So it begins with bacon. We've got broken board, the worker, impressing the pants off, just the two of us, the art of entertaining, soup theory and practice. She's got lots of lovely soups, a bun in the oven, some lovely recipes if you're pregnant, and they are really comforting recipes as well, shall we say. Family favourites, nursery puddings, a week of Sundays, the art of entertaining, grown-up puds and small sweet treats. That's a good section for the kids. And we've got some eggs, spuds and veg, and the final few at the back there. And this is an awesome cookbook. I love using this cookbook at this time of year. It's just a real hearty bunch of recipes, and it's made for a bigger family as well. So most of the recipes are like for serving 6. If not, I do tend to double them. So there are some really nice warming recipes in here. I love the soup section in this book as well. It's a really good cookbook. So I got this cookbook really cheap. I think it was like £5 from a garden centre. It was in one of those sort of bargain book sections, but it's definitely one of my favourites. I'm sure you can buy it on Amazon. I am definitely sure you can buy it on there. I'll have a look for you, and it's actually recommended by one of my other all-time faves, Hugh Fernley-Whittinstall. So he recommends this book, so if he recommends it, it's got to be good because he knows his stuff when it comes to cooking. So this is definitely a fave for autumn. So because I love slow cooking, I absolutely love the CrockPot original, which is the original slow cooker, and this is the CrockPot recipe collection. It is just awesome. If you don't have a slow cooker, I would highly recommend getting one if you're a busy mum or if you're just busy at work. You can have it on during the day and then you can come home at night to a lovely home cooked style meal. This recipe book just covers all areas of slow cooking, and it's such a good slow cooking Bible to have around the kitchen. So you've got tips at the start on slow cooking, you've got breakfast and brunch, simmering soups, amazing appetizers, beef packed favourites, hearty chilies, pleasing pork, satisfying stews, chicken and turkey, from the sea, vegetarian favourites, sensational sides and sweet treats. And yeah, you can even cook puddings in the slow cooker as well. My slow cooker is actually a crock pot, but it was not expensive. It was like £25 or something, and it was a small crock pot as well. So I tend to go for the smaller one because the bigger one is just massive. I take the bigger one out when we're feeding lots of family in the house, but the small one is the best one for me. So I love the meaty dishes in here. There's lots of seafood dishes as well, and there are some vegetarian dishes in here also. I absolutely love my vegetarian slow cooker book, but I do have another slow cooker cookbook that I love, and this is my superfood slow cooker cookbook. And this covers a variety of hearty meals. It's not just vegetarian, there are meat and fish dishes in here as well, and it's just a really well laid out book, really easy to follow. There's no super fancy ingredients or anything, which you do tend to get in some superfood style books, but let's face it, superfoods at the end of the day are actually just foods. They've just been given that title because of their nutritional value. So this is a really easy cookbook to use, and there's lots of really nice recipes to push yourself a little bit further in the kitchen. The other slow cooker cookbook is a little bit more basic compared to this, but I just love this cookbook. There's lots of different styles of recipes, so it's not like your classic dishes. There are a lot of old style recipes with different twists to them, but I just absolutely love the variety of recipes in this book. So this is another favourite to pull out at this time of year for the slow cooker. And you can adapt your slow cooker recipes also for the pressure cooker. I do tend to do that as well. If I haven't put a slow cooked meal on and I want a slow cooked type meal, then I'll use the pressure cooker. So I will just adapt it slightly with the fluids and stuff in the recipe. And that way in the pressure cooker, you're getting a slow cooked style meal, but just super like quick, because it's so quick in the pressure cooker. But it does taste like it's been slow cooking for hours, and that's one of the things I love about the pressure cooker. This is my last sort of favorite meal book for autumn, and it's a River Cottage Everyday. You can tell by the spine it is completely well used. I love this cookbook. It was bought years ago. We've had it forever, and it is a well used book. We just have cooked so many meals from here. I love the graphics in here as well. They're really cool. And yeah, this is just one of our favorites. The bread section is really good. The dough recipe is really good for pizza. There's like a lunchbox section, which is fab, and which is quite good for giving you some ideas for the kids as well. And there's also a couple of cakes and things at the end. It is a real farmhouse country kitchen style cookbook, and there are loads of comforting, warming recipes for this time of year. I love the soup section in here as well. There are just some real classics in this cookbook. I think I've used some of the recipes so many times I actually know them off by heart. Even the salads are quite warming and comforting in this recipe book, and you've got some bakes and things and sides at the end of the book. It's a real classic. If you don't have any of Hugh's books, check him out. He is an all-time legend. I absolutely love him. So yeah, this is probably one of my all-time favorite cookbooks, and especially for this time of year. My final favorite cookbook is actually a cookbook that my husband took back from Denmark, and it's a Scandinavian baking book. It is divine. The recipes in here are so stodgy, so comforting, so sweet, and so delicious. I absolutely love it. It's even got the price tag in whatever currency it is in Denmark. My husband picked this up at the airport on the way home, and it's one of my favorites for real, proper comforting cakes and bakes. It's amazing. I'm sure you can probably pick it up on Amazon. There are also a few savory recipes in here as well. Not too many. It's mostly about breads and cakes and bakes and crackers, and oh, it's just delicious. If you're after like a different style of baking to try out, then this is like definitely worth investing in. This book is really, really good. And also the photographs are just beautiful to look at as well. I just love the inspiration that I get from good images. So that's another good reason to buy this book. There's lots and lots of yummy treats in here. As I say, this is quite a new book, so I haven't cooked many things from here. So this has still got a lot of length in it. I've got to try and use this a little bit more and try out more of these recipes. But it's just a really different style of cooking compared to British cooking, and it's just my type of thing. I love experimenting in the kitchen. I love new recipes. I love recipes from different countries and from all over the world. I just love different styles of cooking, and this is definitely my favorite baking book to bring out this time of year. And there are Christmas recipes in here as well, a few, so it's good for going into the festive period as well. So this is my slow cooker. It is the CrockPot slow cooker. It's quite a small one. I think it's a 5 litre. I could be wrong on that, but it's the smaller of the two that you can buy in the supermarkets, and it was £25-ish, I think. It was reasonably cheap compared to the bigger one. It works perfectly in the kitchen, and I just love using this for hearty, slow cooked, meaty meals, but also for the vegetarian dishes as well. So I would highly recommend investing in one of these cookers at this time of year. And this is the pressure cooker that I use. It's a Pressure King pressure cooker. I think they originally were sold on High Street TV, and I just bought this in Tesco's. It's the bigger of the two that you can buy. I would recommend going for the bigger one if you're feeding a family, because the smaller one was just that little bit smaller, and it just looked too small for our family. We're a family of 6, so I would recommend going for the bigger one. Even for like a family of 4, I would choose the bigger one. This is really easy to use once you get the hang of it. I must admit, I didn't have a clue about pressure cooking to begin with, but when I got the hang of it, it's just really easy, and you start to memorize the recipes and quantities and things. You can cook rice and all sorts in here, so I sometimes have the pressure cooker on while I'm using the slow cooker. So I just put the rice on last minute at supper time in the pressure cooker while I'm waiting for the slow cooker to finish off. So it's a good thing to have on the side of the slow cooker as well. And as I say, you can buy it in Tesco's. I think I was £45 for the pressure cooker. It does all sorts: meat, rice, pasta, stews, soups. It covers everything basically. So again, it's another good investment for your kitchen, especially for cozy, comforting cooking at this time of year. So I hope you enjoyed that look at my favourite cookbooks. I'm going to put these back on the shelf to use. I do love to use my cookbooks for meal planning as well. I do take them out for meal planning at the start of the month for creating the meals on my calendar for my recipes and things. I don't always choose meals from cookbooks. I do have a lot of recipes stored up in here, which I like to use and share on my blog and things, and then I do find a lot of inspiration for my recipes from cookbooks as well. So I would love to hear what your favorite cookbooks are. I love getting new inspiration when it comes to buying new cookbooks, so I'd love to hear what your favorite family cookbooks are, especially for this time of year, for hearty, comforting meals. I'd love to hear your favorites, so drop a comment in the comments below and I will get back to you. If you haven't subscribed and you enjoyed this video and you want to keep in touch with me again, then click subscribe and the little bell next to it. And if you're on Instagram, pop over and say hi. I've got loads of foodie and family pics up on there and lots of ideas for family meals and stuff. So take care and I will see you guys again soon. Bye!
When the scenery is right, go right in. I wanna fall deep within. Don't leave me hanging just 'cause I'm too proud. Whisper away my outdated doubts. Somebody do me the courtesy, dress me down. I'm not that old yet I'm far too young